All right, guys, what's going on? It is going to be my second video that I put out there on YouTube, so bear with me. I'm trying to get better, but only the second one, so we'll see. But I'm back at it again, and it's time for what the hell happened in OCR this month, our November 2025 edition. Pretty easygoing month. I've only got like 7 topics to talk on, so not too much, but there is some fun stuff to chat about. So let's get into it. All right, to start it off with number one, I wanted to talk about going back to the beginning of the month. November 2nd, we had Savage Race come out with their final race of the year. That was out in Dade City, Florida. 2 super positive things that I wanted to highlight there. Number one, they've been pushing like prize money for the elite athletes at every single race this year, which was really cool to see. And then in this last one, they're like upping the stacks and offering even more. I think $2,500 to first place, and then it trickled down to like even like 5th place even got paid. Like top 5 paid on the men's and women's side. So that was really cool to see. Probably brought out, you know, some stronger competition, and we did see some athletes show up who might have otherwise not shown up to the Savage Race. And then the second thing is that the ORM page put out that it was the biggest participation in a Savage Race that we've seen in 5 years. Huge positive for the sport, especially like in the United States, where, you know, people are saying like OCR is dying and everything's going downhill. OCR is like doing amazing internationally, and on the US side it's just, you know, not looking too hot. But to see numbers like this is very cool. It even made me think of like a little research project that I might be interested in looking into. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I think I'm gonna try and find some information and kind of highlight what OCR overall is kind of looking like, maybe in the US and internationally too. Men's side, we saw Tyler Veerman. He went out and won this race. I bring just him up just because if you want to hear his reviews and thoughts on how the race went and a little bit more about what he's been up to, you can check out Obstacle Running Adventures podcast. He was on there just, I think, like a few days after the race. So they go into a little more detail on what that was like. All right, now I want to touch on 2 items that are Spartan related, 1 negative, 1 positive. So real quick here. Number 2, we have Spartan SLOCAL, where racers get an email like a couple of days before the race starts that the ultra buckles will not be on site. So you go out, you finish your 32 miles, 60 plus obstacles, and you don't get a medal. Kind of sucks. Anyway, it's been, a few weeks now? If any of you guys did the SLOCAL race, let me know if you got your medal or not. It'd be nice to see like how long it actually takes them. But for number 3, we're gonna go into something positive. Spartan made some changes to like medals and shirts for 2026. Put that information out there, and a bunch of the Spartan race community was pretty upset about it. There was a lot of feedback, and it looks like some of the feedback that you guys put out there, there is going to be a change that came out. I saw a post about what the shirts for 2026 are actually going to look like, and I guess they got like a stripe up on the upper shoulder with colors of like which race distance you actually did. So, you know, I think that's a positive approach to what the shirts are going to look like. Anyways, number 4, 5, and 6 are just like super quick ones, and it's just a quick mention of some of the OG OCR dudes and what they're up to. Number 4, last month I mentioned it, Christian Brown Johnson was going out for this like crazy adventure of doing 750Ks in 7 days on 7 different continents, raising money for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. And guess what? He went out there and he did it. Back-to-back to back to back, you know. Pretty impressive. I felt like every day I was waking up and checking out Instagram, and it was just like, oh, he did another 50K, and he's like in Antarctica, and then the next day it's like he's in the, you know, middle of the desert, and he just did another 50K. That was cool to see. Anyway, I've heard that Mike on Obstacle Running Adventures podcast will be having him on, I think later this week is what it sounded like. So keep an eye out for that if you want to hear more about his successful adventure with the 777. Number 5, speaking of obstacle running adventures, Christopher Mendoza, who we've seen in WTM hitting some really good mileage out there in the past. He was on the podcast recently talking about SLOCAL. He went out there. He hasn't been in the game for a while, but he went out to SLOCAL and did the Spartan Ultra and won the thing. And it sounds like he's going to be dipping his feet a little bit into OCR again. And some comments about WTM next year were brought up. So it might be a comeback. And then number 6, I don't know. Robert Killian is hanging out with Shaq these days. Just a quick news piece. So, this takes us already to number 7, which is really like the biggest news story of the month, probably. The Spartan Beast World Championship in Abu Dhabi. It was the 5th year in a row, I believe, that they went out to do the Beast World Championship out here. There's live coverage of it on YouTube. We had Jack Bauer and Francesca Coriando, who did like commenting. Did a great job, great coverage, bunch of like drone work, and it was cool. I liked it. So it's on the TV right back there. You can see. Who is that? I don't know who that is. It's not Sergey Paraligan, maybe, running up some sand dunes. Anyway, the field was really stacked on both sides, like amazing athletes all over the place from all over the world. So it was truly a world championship event. Check out this post that I did. You can just see the names on here of like who was showing up and who went out there. There's some strong names who made the trip. I did a prediction contest on this one. A few dozen of you guys took part in that, so that was really cool. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did not, don't worry, I'm gonna keep doing them. Probably do 5 or 6 prediction contest like polls next year for some of the big events, so that should be fun. What else we got? Overall, for the Beast World Championship, I wanted to do like a top 5 highlights. My top 5 highlights for what I saw out there. I think early on, Jack had said something like, you know, you're guaranteed 3 things in life or something. It's like death, taxes, and Nicole Miracle taking it out hot. I'm pretty sure he said something like that. But did she take it out hot? No, she did not. Alyssa Petrova taking it out in front, and surprise, surprise, she held it until the end. Went out hot and just held on to it. Not much different from Basilico, who Logan Broadbent really took it out hot from the beginning, but 7-8 minutes in, I think Basilico came up and kind of took that front spot, and the remaining 2 hours of it, he just held on and took it for the win. Anyway, that was number 1. Number 2, on the men's side, there was a lot of like changing of placements. It was pretty surprising. I mean, it was just like a two-hour race. It was over 2 hours for a lot of these guys. And 2 guys in particular, we had Sergey Paraligan, who was like sitting in 15th place early on. And then at some point, like halfway or 2/3 through the race, it's just like, oh, he's in 2nd place now. I think he's on the screen right now. I think that's Sergey. Moves his way up nicely to 2nd place and holds on to that to the end. And then also like Joshua Reed, similar kind of moving up in the ranks, but just a lot slower and just slow and steady the whole way. He was 10th or 12th place like early on, like 15 minutes in, making his way up. 50 minutes into this, he's still in 10th place, 50 minutes in. An hour 16, he's in 6th place. 6th place. Hour 32, he's in 5th. And then take a look at his Strava recap that he put out there. Sand running, whatever. Look at this. Make those final 2 passes onto the podium in the last mile. So he was sitting at like 5th place around an hour and a half in, starting back at like 10th or 12th. And then in the last mile, he moves up from 5th to 4th to 3rd. All right, for highlight number 3, just wanted to mention this barbed wire crawl. Going up this steep sand dune. I saw it on the live coverage and I was like, that is like a highlight of the race. Like, you're not going to forget about doing that. I can't imagine going up right behind someone and getting just sand kicked into your face along the way. I don't know how long it took them. I was trying to like count it down, 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes for some of these guys. Anyway, number 4. This apparently is called like the tractor pull. It looks pretty rough, pulling a really heavy thing through the sand. My audience here is like pretty US based, and I don't think we've seen anything like this in the US. What's your thought? Do you want to see this at one of your races next year? I don't know if I do. I don't know. I think I'd rather, carry something heavier. All right, and then number 5 in my top 5 highlights, I wanted to take a quick look at one of these guys. Hopefully I don't mess up your name, but Jean Vlader. Hopefully I said that right. Nice guy. I've talked to him a couple times, but he talks about the sandbag carry and how there was a double sandbag carry before, and it just suits him more. And without the classic double sandbag, this time it wasn't my kind of race. And for some reason, I completely forgot that there was like a double sandbag here last year and in the prior years. But when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, like there was that time, there was like a controversial moment or something where, I'll pull it up, but we have a couple of the top women here where they grabbed like the men's sandbag, and all of a sudden they're going up a steep ravine that looks absolutely brutal. And I'm watching this happen, and I almost feel like 2025 that we just saw might have been an easier race than prior years, because that was rough. I don't know if that was the same event where like some sand was actually coming out of one of their bags, but there was a lot of talk back and forth on that one. Anyway, no double sandbag. But that's the top 5 I had for the Spartan Abu Dhabi Beast World Championship event. That's pretty much it. There's one thing I did want to mention. Like I said, my audience, myself, pretty US based. And I kind of, in the back of my head, I'm thinking like Annie Doobie and Joshua Reed, who are out there from the US. They've had a pretty amazing last few months. We didn't see them too much, but just in the past few months, they've hopped into, I might be missing something, but 3 pretty big events. And I could be missing something, but I think they might be the highest paid OCR athletes in the US for 2025, based on winnings anyway. Thinking back to Seattle Pan American Championships, where they both got first place, $4,000 apiece. We had the Super World Championship in Mammoth Lakes, where they both went out, got first place. That was $7,000 apiece. And then where they were just at in Abu Dhabi, Annie came in second place for a $10,000 prize, and Joshua Reed with third place for 5K. So let me know if someone else is at play here, but they got some pretty nice winnings over the past few months from OCR races. Now, have they been paid any of that? I don't know, but on paper, it looks pretty good for the year. So that's cool to see, and hopefully we get some more strong U.S. competition next year. That's all I had, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll probably have something else coming out in December. I've got like 2 ideas of some content of a video that I want to put out there. Both pretty interesting topics, and I'll do one of them in December and one in January, along with these posts. Try to get like two of these videos in each month. I think that's it. There is some merch on the website if you want to check that out. Right now, Crew 30 gets you 30% off until like, I think it's on there till like December 15th or December 20th, something like that. So check that out if you want to. And until then, have fun training, guys.